Bwah! Hi, Barrack. Hi, Winter. Welcome in, cuties. How you doing? How's the Fuse Cutie Barrack today? I am off work. It is weekend time. We are here. We stream. We do thing. Hi, hi, hi. Hi! Welcome, welcome. Stretch. I stretch. You can't stop me. You couldn't stop me. You wouldn't stop me. Too powerful, Bell. How y'all doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Did you see my new PNG I got for playing Lethal Company? Did you guys happen to see that? Here, I'm gonna... No, you didn't see it. I don't know, do you guys want to see it? Is this a thing? Nope. Are the bots working again? They should be. I guess we can test it out. That one's working. And that one's working. Yay! All the bots are working. And Barrett got a shout out. Alright, let's see. It's gonna be really small. Ah! Rahe! What are you doing here, Rahe? Thank you for the raid. We were just testing out shout out. How ya doing? I was just lurking your stream a minute ago. You're playing World of Warcraft. Did you have fun? Did you Warcraft the Worlds? I was showing off my new Lethal Company PNG that I have. How ya doing, Rahe? Are you having the good day? Did you have a fun stream? Did you world all the crafts? Did he become master of the craft worlds? Yes, tonight was raid night, so we finished a long stream of it. Ooh, nice. I wasn't able to check out too much of what you did, but that's good. We like it. Everyone make sure to check out Rahi. Rahi's really cool. Hangs out with our Ally Catastrophe a lot, who we also love our Ally. The lethal PNG looks like it's trying to do something less than wholesome. What do you mean? Look at its face, chat. Look at it. Look at it. Obviously a wholesome bean right here, right? You just put it right here. Super wholesome. Definitely nothing suspect with this. Lethal Dancer is amazing. Yeah, I'm supposed to be able to use it as a PNG with Fugi. So next time I do some Lethal Company stuff, you can expect to have Lethal Dancing Bell in the corner of friend streams or probably on mine. It'll be a good time. It was good. Killed the third boss of the current endgame raid and the on the heart. Damn. Nice job. Lethal Bell dances for you. Here, we're gonna like make Lethal Bell really small. Put on head. Right? That's what we should do tonight, obviously. It's not going to transfer into our other scene, though. But that's okay. We have a dancing bell on a bell. That is what we're doing tonight. It's perfectly fine, chat. Also, in other fantastical news, you guys were fucking super generous last month, so I get to update our dono goal again. And, you know, you can figure out the math, I guess. Let's see, end goal, title of goal, new goal title. And let's see, starting amount. Wait, no, that one's in the wrong field. No, there we go. We'll just have this end like. Boom! There you go, chat. Done. Dusted. updated, which we sadly passed the goal that I now have to order coffee on stream one of these days. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck the big old fat one. What? So I'm gonna need suggestions. What coffee should we get? You know, put if you're not in the Discord. There's the link for it. Thank you for the hydrate, Nepu. Welcome to the tea house tonight. I hope you're doing well. We just updated our dono goal and just beat past the Bell is made to order coffee. So if anyone wants to put in the suggestion box coffee that Bell should drink, that's, you know, a good place to do it. It's a good place for it. And then it'll probably not be next week, but it'll probably be the week after is when I'll get the coffee. We also need to do the karaoke night. That one was even before Hardcore Remnant, and we still haven't done it, so that's my fault. That one's my fault. We gotta do a karaoke night in the Discord as well, so extra reasons to join the Discord if you're not already in. It's a pretty cool place. Silly things happen in the Discord. Let's see. Order coffee. Add it to my list of dono goals we have to do. There we go. Perfect. But how you doing tonight? How you doing this weekend, chat? Are you having the good night? Enjoying the adorable dancing bell on a bell while we upgrade our dono goal once again. Should be pretty sweet. Getting real close to making me accept the Neopoly Bell thing, which is not good. We don't want that, chat. That is bad. That is bad, chat. Let's see. Let me open up. I'll upgrade our graphic too for the tea house right now. Might as well. And then we'll play some Final Fantasy, right? We'll play a little Fantasy Final. Stupid. That's not what was supposed to happen there. What the hell? Don't even know what happened there. It's fine. Boop. Then we also have to come up with new goals. Here and another $140. So that's a thing. That's a time, chat. I also get to play on my brand new Xbox controller that a very nice anonymous person got for me. It's all fancy. Feels new and shiny. I like it. Sadly, I wasn't able to use the teacup that I got as well. That one was from Kyo, but it was still in the wash machine. The dishwash machine. So that's kind of sad. Okay, let's export this. Export. Export as. Bum, bum, bum. Where's my format? Give it to me. Export. I think we're still putting this in events, yeah. The 6th update. The 6th update, chat. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. But thank you so much for all your generosity last month. The dono goal moved up quite a bit from all that. Okay, that's that dono goal. What is that? I don't think we need whatever that is anymore. That's okay. That's right. The rewards is behind me. There we go. Update. Done. Boom! All done, chat. You thought I'd do that before stream, but you were wrong. I did it after. So everyone could see it. Okay, we can close Photoshop now. Do you guys think that Final Fantasy is going to work well tonight? Do you think it's going to have audio issues? Barrick's like, what? What the hell? So, it's pretty evil of you guys to make drink coffee. But, on the audio thing, since last time we had issues when we were trying to have Rose in Discord, not last time, the time before, and unplugging the controller power thing helped, I unplugged the USB port for charging my headset that I'm currently wearing that was plugged in, and I also unplugged and turned off my actual computer speakers themselves. So I took away two other things that aren't really necessary for things to work right now. I should probably actually unplug the webcam. That thing doesn't, I haven't used that in a while. It probably doesn't need to be there. Ever since we went to VTubing, it hasn't been used, and, you know, for face tracking, I don't think it'll be quite good enough. So I'll probably have to go to using a cell phone for that as well. So that'll be a time. That's a time, chat, right? That's a something. Still looking forward to that. Looking forward to having face tracking, yeah. Ba, 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 ba. So we'll see. We'll see if all the sound alerts break things tonight. Lethal Dancer is amazing, not as amazing as Rahi, who beat up a boss in WoW. I haven't played WoW in forever. I kind of went over to Final Fantasy after many years of being discontented with Blizzard and the way they were handling World of Warcraft. And quite enjoy it, so. And I feel like Square Enix has been doing a great job with how they... what was that? What happened there? Well, stream didn't crash, so it's fine. But I'm pretty happy with the way they're handling Final Fantasy, so I think it'll be okay. We'll just have to see whether or not all the audio's fucked up tonight. Boop. Alright. Good place to pause the audio for our background sound. I'm actually going to close that window to give us the most chance of things not being like totally fucksored. Alright, Steam. Let me open my game now. Dun, dun, dun. What are you guys doing this weekend? You doing anything fun? You doing exciting things? I just worked. I was super bored today, actually. My coworker is also sick. He was out for a couple of days and came back today, and I'm not sure he was ready to be back, honestly. He didn't sound super good. I'm still a little concerned that he might be contagious level sick. He said he was feeling better, which usually once you start feeling better, it means you're no longer contagious most of the time. I don't know about it. Alright, let's go over to our other screen. Boop, other screen. Do I have... This what? Yeah, this is what I think it is. Okay. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Start game. Well, the audio is working well here. And there's no Rose. Rose is currently streaming, so she's not around to throw things at us. So we'll find out if it breaks terribly at some point during the stream, probably. Chat can't help but be abusive. It's very sad. Very sad indeed. Anyways. 13th in queue. This is bullshit, chat. This is bullshit, I tell you. How dare they put me in queue? Alright, it was a fast queue. Let's see. Pretty nice in here. Da, 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 da. It's also Saturday. We should probably, at some point, before we end stream, we need to go check and see if we won the lottery. Will Bell win the lottery today, chat? What do you think? How many lotteries can Bell win? If Bell wins a lottery, does Bell win a lottery? Can Bell win a lottery? How many other things can I add to this? Maybe a few. I don't know if we got through all of 5.1 or 6.1. All of them. Yeah, we'll win all the lotteries. We'll get... Well, we chose 3 different numbers. We can't win all the lotteries. I guess that's a little bit of a problem. Look at all these people hanging out over here, chat. There's Gra, there's Ruyanjwe, there's Yashola, there's an Estwanian, there's this high alchemist man, there's Vashon. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool, right, chat? You think there'll be voice acting in this scene? Nope. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kippalu have been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its posting along with some few lesser constructs. Was a tomb robbers, fiends born of the Tower of Zot, by sisters. Do not tell me blasphemy yet roams free. Nope. That was, not us. Just, don't say anything. Yep, don't look suspicious. Guys. Gra, stop looking suspicious. God damn it, man. No, don't shifty eyes, Uri. No. Why such guilty faith? God damn it. Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see that it is done immediately. When you save the planet, destroying a couple vaults of a nation, you know, totally understandable. Right, chat? Just no one's going to complain about it. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Quite a few, in fact, but I would like to begin with the gate itself. Is it still functional? Yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock, and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for so little a door. That little door you speak of leads into an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors, chat. That said, it is, in its current state, it would admit only the lowest of void scent, and from this side no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think Alphanid would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. Soul in transit, chat. Hey, Warcraft Taker, welcome in. How you doing tonight? Welcome back. I hope you're having a good night. Ignore the thing on my head. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. We're controlling things that we shouldn't, chat. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate, chat. I'm good. I'm comfy right now. Yay, comfy. It's good to be comfy on a Saturday, even if it's a late Saturday. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Ajdaya. Ajdaya? It was Ajdaya, right, chat? There was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has a gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the cloud of darkness. Once the sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should still be possible to reconnect the gate by forcing a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. Yeah, it's not great, chat. Don't make deals with void sent. In any case, we should attempt to gain understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume your search for your sister. As I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? To see where legends were true? See if the legends were true. We were just out to fuck around. We were on fuck around and find out mode. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to the trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Yeah, we were going to give it away. I'm glad you're comfy tonight, War. War, what is it good for? Being comfy and cool. Okay, that didn't rhyme as well as I hoped it would, but it's an Ever. Hi, Ever. How you doing? Welcome in tonight. We're chilling. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I'll make no attempt to open it, of course. You better not, Y'shtola. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You're most gracious. I shall take full advantage of with your permission. Sick in bed? No! Don't be sick, Ever. Get better. Be healthy. How's the game going? It's going well. I got a little friend for my head, and we updated the donut goal with our latest payout and hit another goal. So, thank you everyone who contributed and everyone who just came by, because everyone who watches is contributing, since everything's going there, including ad revenue. So, thank you all. I super appreciate it. And now we're trying to get through Final Fantasy MSQ to catch up with where the game's currently at. I figured these would be good times for these streams. Late night's always been kind of Final Fantasy night, a lot of times anyways. So, and I wanted to catch up before the new expansion. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loporits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mistress Kryl was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell. Bye, buddies. I hope you feel better, though, Ever. Let's go. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Good. Why would we want rid of our cat girl chat? That would be silly. You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series. Myth of the Realm. Speak to the fresh-faced student at the Balsarian Annex to accept the first quest. Okay. Some sort of side quest thing. No idea what it's about, though. The difficult part of all this will be deducing how best to put the riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in the deliberations? Of course. Not gonna mention the constructs we broke, chat. We're not doing it. Thank you. Yeah! Beldania and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Yeah, good job, Estinian. Bam, 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 bam. Ow. How dare, Koki? How dare, Koki? Also, welcome in, Koki. How you doing? How's the Cokester tonight? How's my favorite Pikachu? Uh-oh. Crazy abyssal area. How's the Final Fantasy? It's going well. I think we're still in 6.1. Oh my god, it's Koki! I know, right? It's our Fleet Fang Cokes. Oh my god, is this... That better fucking not be what's his name. Oh my god. I like your guys' reaction to seeing each other. He looks very much like a Final Fantasy villain, though. Very much a Final Fantasy villain. Who is he, though, chat? I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not issuing from this side, was thrown open from the other. Ooh. They sensed us toying with the gate, chat. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal's beneath our notice. There's more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip through our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by our covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. We are no flesh and blood mortal, chat. We are God. I mean, what? Blah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch it. This fleshling gasp for breath in her final moments. Wow, someone's really full of themselves. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we creed not our will to fight. See, not our will to fight. Not creed. Don't cede your will to fight, chat. This time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Not for their star, chat. Oh god, it's ad break time. Shall we begin? We are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Struff directly, so I will ask that you act in my stead. Trust us a lot, chat. But then you are to visit Akali and Yedamad? Yedlima? Blah blah blah? I don't know, chat. Speak with Matsia and his people and listen to their grievances. Estating, I bid you do the same at Pock's stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we will reconvene. At some place that I also can't say, chat. Names are hard, okay? Where's this quest taking me? Over here. Where's the closest? This one. I guess this one's fine. Teleport! Welcome back from Ash Chat. We're going to be looking at how we distribute the Sultan's wealth, basically. Not exactly proper terminology, but that's fine. It's technically the strop. Strop chat. Strop chat, strop. Who is the chat? They are strop. Do, do, do. Hey, buddy. Oh, but dang, I was glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat, then? Yeah. Boat bell. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Kalala's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together best we can. Okay, that's good. We like that. We like that. Damn it, I need to go back to town. Why couldn't I have done town first, chat? Which town, town near Shanghai is an architectural mimic of a classic English town, yet remains eerily underpopulated. Thames Town, an upscale plan community near Shanghai, is a complete replica of a traditional English town, mostly empty but popular for wedding photos. Can you imagine building a whole town and all it's good for is wedding photos? That's just... that seems like a lot of waste, chat. I don't know. Just me. Greetings and welcome, traveler. It is your first time visiting Thavnir. Then you must try our special oral. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wanderer cost, you wonder? Normally, I part with 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Still at that price? You're the only thief around here? Still not turning a profit these days? Times are harsh, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still shifting through the ashes. So to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have the ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. My belief, I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I don't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Man, I don't like being scammed, chat. Do you like being scammed, chat? Should we work on scam? I mean, what? How about scam? Sigh. What is this guy's malfunction, you think, chat? How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly. But no small amount of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kazahal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God rest his soul. Okay, we've spoken to him. We need to go wherever. We need to go somewhere, chat. Somewhere that's right there, apparently. Right over there. Oh, teleport. How many teleports can I teleport if I teleported? This many. What are you up to, chat? How is chat tonight? Will we get a voice line now? Nope. Ah, my visor's return. I have just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. It makes sense, right, chat? As for my inquiries, the people of Pollokstan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources are stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedamad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers, and the like. And I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palak has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. Well, being independent has that benefit. Not being dependent on the groups around you. But there are also some downsides. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant gall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated. Its prosperity is dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so that we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn? I learned that we need a strong trade leader. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload their daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors. I am reminded of a child I spied on my way back from the palace. It's a cookie! Welcome to Lap Cookie. How is the cookie tonight? His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. A lot of people died in this cataclysm chat. Sleepy cookie noises? Ah, sleepy cookie. Yay, sleepy cookie. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Pandanndy, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought to me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I'd like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. No, you, Cookie. Definitely the cooks. The super cookie, master of being cookie. Are you far in this game, Koki, by the way? You were asking about it earlier. Now I'm curious. Squints! What do you mean, Squint?
For your attendance.
Voice lines.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need.
Future days.
And lo,
sometimes, yeah.
Have come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now.
Poor Dwagon.
I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly.
Yeah.
Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading
Yay, key for everyone.
Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt.
Yeah.
Commerce must flow once more. None was
More
spared
commerce.
the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen,
Yay.
our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
Sounds good, right, chat?
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind.
Yeah.
The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed.
Yay!
One which doth guarantee
He knows not
their
just throw money at the
welfare
problem.
for years to come.
Time to steal all the
Thou
blankets.
hast
No!
seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Ooh, we're gonna get an option, chat. You're trying to steal our the blankets, Cookie. Taxes. Levy them on trade profits, exchange for investment. Takes a village. Yeah, I mean, orphanage is good. Probably the orphanage. We'll go with orphanage. At least I'll have a place to live and be cared for.
Of course, the revival of trade can contribute to the building of a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running.
That's an interesting idea. Okay, I'll share the blankets with the orphans. Yay! Good job, Cookie. Me and the orphans getting blankies.
Such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Oh. Yeah, why not?
A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores.
Yes, Cookie? Cookie, what?
Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beast.
Yeah, I want a pet dragon. We'll find you a pet wagon.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
I
Isn't
want
that
a pet
right,
one,
men?
though. I can, I know a couple dragon VTubers. Have to have you pet them.
This bodes well for that boy.
You want to pet this one, though?
Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Maybe we can get you a petting session with the dragon.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal.
Yay, sipping tea. Booba Dandy, how dare Moombina. Hi, Moombina. I also have tea tonight.
Thou art to assemble
It's a tasty chai tea.
and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
A Tiny Bell. Did you just notice Tiny Bell? Yeah, there's a bell on Bell. We can nibble Tiny Boudin. No!
Clerk,
Don't eat Tiny Bell.
see to the management of our funds and make haste.
Their clerks are dressed cool.
Citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Gib Tiny Bell? You what? Why are you trying to steal Tiny Bell? She's just dancing up there, being cool.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Yeah. Friends with the wagons, chat. You want to hold? You trying to steal my Tiny Bell from my head? Pretty sure that's my Tiny Bell. Tiny Bell for me. Cookie's always trying to steal me, chat. Damn, I got teleported out, otherwise I could pet the dragon. Can I get in? Will the door just open? It does. Oh, it doesn't open. It doesn't go any further. Bap. What? I do not? Sus. You and Mobina were both trying to steal and nibble on Tiny Bell. Doo-doo. Thank you for putting forth Kazel's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Yashtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Yashtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say? I will go with you. I say we grab Tiny, move Dandy, and squeeze the... No, there's no jelly. How dare. Don't squeeze the tiny me. I do not want to nibble, just hold. Well, between the two of you, I thought the strap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled cogs of this administration ever since Anwin assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done, and I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the Void Gate's construction. And feed a cookie. Tiny Bell will take a cookie. I call dibs. Nope, you can't have the boobity eat them. As you wish, allow me to lead the way. I'll lead the way. I like the Yashtola sipping tea. We get to go see a Yashtola. We love our Yashtola at this stream. More Yashtola for you and me. Is she just in city? Yeah, she's over there. Okay, we just need to teleport. Probably to the main crystal. Looked like it was the closest. Sprint. Because this one's like kind of close, but you have to do all this like up-down stuff. It's like a... not a super straight shot, I don't believe. Hey, Ashtola. You alright? Go, cookie. Now, what kind of cookies are you making us? I don't think the boobas are edible.
Here we all are.
Ooh, more voice acting.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
Does seem like a problem.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
Covers the boobs with a blanket. Cookie's trying to protect the booba. Warcraft's trying to use them as pillows, and Moonbeam is trying to nibble. Very sus. Pillowcase? Oh god. Cookie's just trying to turn it into a pillowcase.
From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them.
Yeah. Nebulas. I have to hit a button to move on.
Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Will I though, chat? Picturing.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Ew.
The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway.
Does seem like a problem, right, chat? Shiny? Yeah, shiny.
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical
Still a
and
little bit
metaphorical,
suspect.
was nothing short of a miracle.
Suspect Warcraft. But also understandable.
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here and how?
An excellent question.
I have access to the pillows? Uh-oh. Cookie's claiming
Though there are
dominions.
several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of
Poo-poo-poo.
summoning are the most typical.
Summon!
For example, let us consider the gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Gargoyle. Who's the gargoyle, chat? Oh, what do you mean, oh?
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate.
A gargoyle, and I was confused.
The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Impo.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of
this
any one
weird?
mortal practitioner.
I don't remember this area. Gargoyle. Like when some people do to
Instead,
gargle.
it is far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
It ripped out its soul. Rude. Cookie, what flavor or what? Suspect.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Cookie no like be bite. No bite cookie.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted
We're learning
a
a lot about
temporary
summoning.
shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Nom. No, Koki! Who you nomming on, Koki? Also, how far in this game are you, Koki? Are you caught up? Do you play this? You're learning nothing? Why not? It's all right here about summoning and soul possession.
Wait. You said that void scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
I stopped when I got a chocobo. Oh, so you're way back. Okay. I wasn't sure, because I know Monaco,
For a being
some
to
people were
navigate the
playing.
chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
This is way further along.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, plane officials
lavender
are in
cookie.
essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse.
Ba,
It is only the
ba.
boundary between the source and the 13th so
You beat
fragile.
the game in your mind?
So much so that it often tears open
Makes
of its
sense.
own accord.
Chocobo, game over. But then you
I
can
believe
quest
solving
with
that mystery
Chocobo.
is
And
key
color
to
Chocobo.
understanding travel between
And
the
dress
source and its
Chocobo.
reflections.
I don't understand. Okay. I was too busy talking
How
about
do you
Chocobo.
intend to get your answers?
How will we learn?
The danger is too great.
Oh.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Adventure! True, I know, right? Have you seen my chocobo,
Were you not
Kofi?
listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Bum bum bum. Does it go quack? It can, I think.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness...
Yeah!
Well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Much improved, chat. Count me in. Let's go! Quack! Why are you quelling, chat? Quirk!
I had
And
a feeling
quirking.
you might say that.
We are unstoppable. I am not sus. Booba
Once
just
again,
make good pillows.
I put my life in your ever-reliable
I mean,
hands.
accurate. Also somewhat sus, though.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Yastola being Yastola. Little cheeky. She's a little
As I
bit
said
cheeky.
before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Yeah.
You have a plan.
She is Yastola.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
I don't know who that is.
Daymir.
Daymir.
Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
Hmm.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure.
Ooh.
After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar
Simulacrum?
qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Ad break. Oh no.
A man-made void scent.
Bum bum bum. Crazy, chat.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Uh-oh. The 33 sessions of Narmon. Garrett's favorite place to sneak around. Let's go with that one.
Yes, it may very well hold a copy.
Copy. Copy, copy, chat.
In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Directly in to win. In to win, chat.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
He's such a good guy. Welcome back from ads, chat. Did you have a good time?
Let us be on our way as well.
No. Aw. I'm sorry, Koki.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Bum bum bum. He's coming with us, chat. No way he doesn't come with us to try to find his sister. Will we get another Dwagon? Okay, we don't want to do that quest. Is this thing wanting us to go... Okay, yeah, it wants us to go there, so we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go to Fanlin. We're gonna save ourselves money by teleporting to Ulda. Da, 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 da. And then we're gonna go see if we won our Fanlin Golden Saucer. We're gonna go see if we won ourselves the lottery. Lottery winners. Did he have any good ads though? I still haven't shown Koki my chocobo. Gamba! Oh no, not evil Gamba. How dare. Well, I mean, we're gambling right now. Just ignore that we're gambling, chat. And focus on not gambling. Because gambling's bad, okay? Not this one. Yeah, money! Fucking winning, chat. Well, none of them can be it again. That one's not very good. Let's go with this. Eh, it still sucked. Bad Gamba! No, Gamba! That one, ooh. That one, ooh. That one, shit. Well, at least we know we were screwed. Let's buy that. No. I have not been doing very good at getting the 10k cards recently. Alright, to the main Gamba Cacbot Horde. Cacbot, Cacbot. Problems a lot of the areas they're sending us to do not help us. Okay, consolation prize. That's fine, chat. That's fine. We got 2 more chances, okay? Okay, consolation prize. Okay. One more chance. We obviously have the number. Right? Nope. Shit. Shit. Well, robbed again. This is the one that... Never mind. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, chat. 4-digit numbers. You are my lucky chat today. Obviously, one of you will choose the winning numbers. 7, 2, 4, 6. Boom. Alright, I need 2 more numbers, chat. Okay, let's see. We got 8, 4, 20. Solid, solid. Solid choices. One more 4-digit number, chat. I feel like every time I give chat the options, there's always 69 and 420 in the running. It may be a bit sussy bach to give chat options. Questionably. No 69 yet? That's true. But it's probably just a matter of time. Anyways. Right? No number was given. We randoming. We got 4116. Okay. That'll be fine. Alright. Next Saturday, chat. We'll find out if we win. Where else we need to go? We need to go somewhere for this. You know what we're gonna go? We're gonna go, like... That's pretty close. Chat, why is Tiny Boudin still alive? I told you to eat them. Too bad. See, there we go. Look, it's Lind. She kind of blue. She got a cool little crown, a halo. QuiQuiUniverse! Let's see, I think it makes noise if I... Geeko. Where? No. Healer stance. Let's see. That summons. That's follow, withdraw. Okay. Feed the chocobo. There you go. Good chocobo. Pet. Good lint. Good. I do have a bunch of other, like, no, it's not Mount Guide. Companion. I have a bunch of, like, different items I can have them wear. Not a ton, but I do have some. Lynn's currently dressed like an angel, though, because, you know, Lynn's an angel. As she do be. Okay, let's see. Time to go to Charlene. Chocobo nuggets must be so good. Oh no! Koki's trying to eat the chocobo. Moonbeam's trying to eat Tiny Dancing Bell. Koki's trying to eat Lind. It's very sussy baka around here. Mission to Mordor now. Okay. Hey, RPG lover. Welcome to the tea house tonight. I hope you're having a good night. Welcome in. How you doing? If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimal fuss, then we must secure permission of the forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think would be inclined to assist? Who do you think, chat? No one springs to mind? What of Scarlet Mutash? He did come to Gra's defense during the inquiry, after all. Yeah, I guess that works. Tis settled. Let's head to the phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. She's accompanying me, chat. I'm having a good night. I'm just about to play Final Fantasy all myself. Nice! I'm finally working on some of the post-game content. Wait, why don't... Oh, it's over here. Of course it is. We have a Y'shtola in tow. Boop. Run. What server do you play on? What's your main class? What are you buying? What are you selling? Not me going into Resident Evil silliness. You know how it is. It's late, chat. Things get a little crazy when it's late. We can have a little conversation with Y'shtola over here. See what she has to say. Discuss the studium, eh? I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had a chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall, since after Master Louis Sois took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. It was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. It's sometimes wonder what my life would have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Tea of the last stand after a day of leisures? Yeah. Crystal Marlboro, no? Marlboro Man. I play 3 different classes: Samurai, Rose, which is gonna become Ninja and Dragon. Nice. You're good. I played them all. Obviously Samurai, currently. Dragoon was my original main class. Well, not really, actually. Paladin was my original, and then Dragoon was my second. Back in A Realm Reborn. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I study in was about as far from the bright airy halls of academia as one could get, but it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Astoria is adorable, chat. But what server are you playing on? I'm on Aether Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh! Boo boo boo. It's pretty fun. I like it. Ah, visitors. What? And quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, scholar, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted Oh my god! Thank you for following. Okay, I muted the game until the audio blare cooled off. Louder? No, Koki. Quieter. I muted it. So okay. We now know that unplugging the power from my headset charger, the speakers, and the other thing did not fix it. Like unplugging the power for charging the controller fixed the other one. That was loud, yes. This game has been causing a glitch with the stream. That every time there's like something that would cue the sound alerts, it blows it up. Someone threw stuff earlier and I didn't notice it, but I thought it was fixed. And then it just broke right there, which was very unexpected. But thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the tea house. I hope you enjoy your time here. That doesn't normally happen. It's for some reason this game, and Street Fighter did it too. I don't know why. Oh no, no fugitive forays into the stacks this time, eh? You know, we do what we do, chat. I applaud this new sense of propriety, yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb our vault of forbidden wisdom? And then we tell him cool things, explain to him all about us wanting to open a gate to hell. You're a summoner, warrior, astrologian are my main jobs. On my main, a few other alts are monks. Why do you have more than one alt that is also a monk? That is interesting. This character is like really my only character, and everything but astrologian is 70. And the crafters and stuff. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if he had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Demonir has lain dormant in Charlian archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift. For one, I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, chat. Understand it all. To unravel it all down to the very last secret. Well, I'm finished the MSQ and other stuff, so I made a story alt and a person alt to do whatever. That makes sense. I just do it all in one character. I don't have enough time to have multiple ones, sadly, these days. I don't know what I'd do. I technically have another character on a different server, but I just made it to attend someone's wedding. That then work made it so I couldn't attend their wedding. So, it is what it is. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was promised reward? Marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use this knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the form's consideration. Exactly. Let us go to hell, chat. Although your petition would be better received if you also had support of another well-placed acquaintance. Who would that be? Why, Master Forshajant. Oh, yep. Of course, he can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Forshajant, Worcestershire sauce, on our side would help tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Louis Fourvardar estate and plead our case. Not me just butchering their names for funds. Health Dandy from Sandy. You're up late again, Sandy. Sandy, why you never sleep? Look, it didn't... See, throws didn't mess it up this time. The follow did, though. Drink some water, because I'm out of tea, chat. Chat, we need to kidnap Booba Dandy and rip... Hey. No Moombina. Bad Moombina. No cookie. Quickly someone follow to test it. No. At least one thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you made of the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulge the old man's curiosity. My dude, I'm brain dead and trying these comic manga orders in. Ooh. Quick, someone. Don't do it. Saying you need to fix your baby mode redeem. Of course, we need to be sure to pass on any revelations. Is Sandy a Babo now? Is she a cute Babo that we can take and lift and carry around? That sounds pretty fun. We do like Babo Sandy. In fact, I'm getting a very exclusive sticker for chat. Ooh, is it a Babo sticker? No Babo sticker. Man. Why do these things happen to me? Tiny Sandy's pretty funny. Give her lots of uppies. Is something I'm going to be cruel about? What do you mean cruel about? Little feetsy. Little toe beans to poke. Ah, Mrs. Pandanndy, Mrs. Yastola, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Worcestershire sauce. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. It's a Shira. Gonna be quietly lurking here till I go night-night. Are you a sleepy ice doggo princess of adorable? You want an exclusive sneak peek there? Yeah! Sneak peek. Give me sneak peeks. How is the Shira this night? It's 3 a.m. I know. That's why I'm like... Several of you are up way into the a.m. That's what I know. I have a little bell in my head, by the way. I DM'd you. Okay, I will look at it. Tired, but okay. Did you have a good day? I know you were shoveling a lot. Oh yeah, DMs are over here these days. Well, that's quite the sticker you got there, ma'am. I like it. I'm a fan. Big fan. It was a day. Was it a good day, though? Good days are what we like. For the lovely Shira. Oh, that's not the sticker. That's the... the other sneak peek? Ah. A different sneak peek. I see. Does look like it'll be a good time, whatever you're up to. The sticker's a hidden gem that no one gets to see until... Rude. Rude, I tell you. Only send Belle everything. Obviously. Well, well. Amelise would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. I never have a good day. How dare Moonbeam start having good days? Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Not always raining down there. I've been there. I got a cute little PNG now, Shira. And Sandy. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys noticed it? It's definitely something. Look at it. Look at it. It's now big, chat. You can't squish Tiny Bell now. Yeah, sussy blockers. You know what? Tiny Bell is gonna stop dancing in my head for a minute and be over here. Mini head pets. Yay, head pets! Scholar, would I express much the same sentiment, I assure you. Will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. It's lacking the most important feature. Thy booba? Whatever. It is pretty flat. But it's adorable. You do understand the restricted archives are restricted for a good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk consequences of employing the forbidden knowledge? Because we have to. For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days. Loyalty to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. Well, that was poetic, chat. Y'shtola went full poet on us. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue in the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Ba-bum. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experience in the final should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at Belsinian's INX chat. Well, it's going well, I'd say. They seem like they want to help us. To the portals! There we go. Finally got there. Also, I can kind of use me to block the game chat. Which has its own benefits. Wait, that's not who I want. Over here. Bum 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 bum. What's up, bros? You got like the same haircut. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salt the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archive was the least we could do. Sweet, chat. We're going in. That's a wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, the permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Whatever, chat. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye, but the very stoicism is exactly what Charlene needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. Yeah! Da 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 da. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk through the door. Our focus will be on finding Halstron's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. That seems very Yashtola of her. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to a restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it's my pleasure. Believe me, may you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? She's following us again, chat. She's become the most following of ladies. I dozed off. Well, that's good. It's late over there. And the sleep is good for the cookie. Da, 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 da. Sprinting around at the speed of Bell. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Not me organize my inventory while we run and singing the little tune. Or humming it, realistically. Cookie, do you know what time it is? Better not be eating cookie time. I think the set of instructions I lightly imagined maybe actually exist, but yalms away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Azadile III's exploit sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. No crunching the cookie. No milking the cookie either. That's weird. That sounds extra weird when I say it like that. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Okay, cool. Index page. Archon Shola and guest identified. You do wish to proceed into the restricted archives. Obviously. Why you say it like that, Bell? Don't worry about it, Cookie. Follow me, if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Naked flames. Interesting. Ooh. What do you mean, ideas? Da, 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 da.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Yeah! Let us begin, chat. Ad break ends soon. Good. I don't know, people are weird. Poor Cookie. Alright. Searching. Welcome back from Ass, chat. Today in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-blown creature. She was unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame. I wonder if she is even a proper word. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Though you're tempted to read more, this does not seem... Yep, that's a little sussy baka. Searching for Ice Cream Bell? What do you mean Ice Cream Bell? We're searching for notes. No Ice Cream Bell. Near 1564, elves summon Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe as being as a gigantic lizard-like being. If we consider the primal summoning is an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting... Okay. Okay, that was not the book we were looking for. We're searching for a tome. The following pages detail the advanced methods for manipulating rift-spanning apertures. Okay, we present the research notes to the facility assurance, both token of friendship and... Okay. We found the notes, chat. Notes, get. Medic! What do you mean, medic? That's something you like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open a single book and was completely absorbed. Silly, Ashtola. Are you sure you found the notes? I did. They're right there. Well done. I think you may have found our prize. I mean, they seem to be the people we needed and the stuff we needed. That's a pretty book.
Yes. The ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work.
I don't think I had any YouTube of that. I like it.
Time to see what all the fuss was about.
What do you think the fuss was about, chat? Nope, not skip. Nope, I hit the wrong button. Wrong button pressed. What? Medic? No medic, chat. There's no medic needed. Calm down. No, I want to watch that.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Atomos.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations.
Huh.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Ooh. It's a gate creature.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism.
What do you mean, summon more blankets?
We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
But you want more? You gave them to the orphans, though.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I'm pretty sure I killed one. Or two. Or
And
40.
Still, House Damia went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their
You
work
need
to a
some.
restricted archive.
Huh.
It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
I guess we can give Cookie a blanket. Probably.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves? Ah,
Probably.
but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
You know how it is. Alright, get Cookie some blankets, chat. I'll leave it to you. Summon the blankets, chat. Da 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 da. Closing the door. As much as I'd love to start crafting the Atmos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, you know a Hassan alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in House Dimir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Part in mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nadala can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. Summons 10 blankets. Good job, Warcraft. Let's go. Master Summoner of Blankets. I wish I knew which patch this quest was from. But I'd have to like look it up somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Boo boo boo. That's fine. Everything's fine, chat. Y'shtola tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be part of it. Yeah. I have no doubt you will be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters, this is the mark of House Dremir. I never knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numeo's restricted archive, after all. It was, but that means every word of it is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. We do, chat. I can hardly wait to read it. Exactly. As you should. Forbidden knowledge. Do you think the Demir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago? How many inventors have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build new mock Atmos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a different project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Charlene trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You're a woman after my own heart. Yeah, chat. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once we've created it? So there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atmos is to expand this hidden portal, or the purpose, what am I propose? Then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we finish gathering the components I require. Oh. Charlene's markets provide the raw aquamine and pure water crystals, but I need help obtaining a small quantity of Australia-infused water. For such a liquid, you will need go no further than the Fawn of Maya, the Asacetrix of old once favored the place for their meditations. And the water which pools there now is known for enlivening the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask in the pool, I will petition Vetra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? Huzzah, chat! We're about it. We're going. We need to fly way over here. It looks like... How far? Okay. Not super far. There it is. Meow. Da 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 da. Itch the ear. Itch chat. Oh no. They want me in the water. I guess we're right above the water, which is also fine. Boop. Gib. Gib the water. Where to now? Back here? I'm lazy. We're teleporting. It's like a Hunter Gill. It's no big deal. Hunter Gill, no big deal. We big ballin' up in here. Nope. Do you have the flask for me? There you go. Fetch quest completed. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Look who I came across. The Stinians seem to be in need of diversion, and we, in turn, have need of his alliance. Right then. Now that our little party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Mastaya's boat again? Not this time. Once your show informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel being made ready. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host. Shall we? Yeah! To the bay down here. Let's go. I wish I knew which quest we were in. What quest are we in, chat? Void Theory. Which patch is that? Chat, which patch is Void Theory? It has to be past 5.1 now, right? Totally gonna fly over this thing looking. Void Theory. I definitely flew past. Meow. Redirection. Boop. Hi, Radiant Bro. Your ship. The ship is yours to command. Our thanks. We'll set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Azadal's legacy, to see the truth of the legend with my own eyes. All aboard to the treasure vault. To the treasure vault, chat. It's taking forever to load. Do.
The ruins alone were impressive enough. But I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
I know, right? It's pretty cool.
It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Yeah, it might be bad, right? Okay, she has items.
What is it you're doing now?
What is she doing, you think, chat?
There's something I wish to verify.
Okay.
The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance.
Uh-huh.
Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater.
Okay, seems like a bad time.
Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
Good plan.
So,
Don't
this
just
is
jump
an
to your death.
experiment of sorts.
We like experiment.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Interesting. I might go... Might as well go myself. Send a familiar, chat.
Very good. I see you've been paying attention. As Vritra sent his simulacrum, so too shall we rely on a familiar to bear the brunt of any unpleasant consequences.
Poor familiar. Do you think it'll survive, chat?
Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
What?
I mislike the sound of that.
I know, right?
What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
No.
Water, water, froth and foam!
Well, that was cute. Yastola's just being adorable, chat.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
That was super adorable. She looks really embarrassed. Ow!
Though
Mecca,
not
no.
my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
This was her as a child. She was really adorable as a kid. Hi, Mecca. How you doing? Did you finally get through more
I
Resident
wish
Evil?
my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale.
Yo, gabba gabba, Mecca.
And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
He looks kind of stunned.
Yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
Yeah.
As you say.
Your crimson head in a coffin? Oh, I got... That's a good part.
You had best be on your guard as well.
That's a good part for you, Mecca. Froth and foam!
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
Oh no.
Let us begin, shall we?
Rude. Crimson Head versus the Mecha.
into the void.
Zoom zoom. Well, that's a time, chat. Destination for the bell. Never did I ever think a game could instill in me the hatred for locked doors. Aha! Doors versus Mecha. Doors win.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Return to the bell. Or technically, yeah, sure. But sort of bell-like. Uh-oh. Well, one seems fine, one seems to have a problem. No! Nixie! I'm not the bullying over point yet, but I'm on the path.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Yeah, that seems bad. What the hell?
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Reseal. Oh no.
Coming through.
Time for murder. Hey, Natasha, how you doing, cutie?
I bar this door unto the void.
We're having a bit of an issue with our work gate. How ya doing, Natasha? I'm great. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. It's a fun night. I have a little bell.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Yeah, they're dangerous. What you up to tonight, Natasha?
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for
Oh,
themselves.
so you have a matching one? You have a matching one. Yeah. Oh, you got one of those too? I didn't know you had one of these. It's very adorable.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium.
That's good.
Rest now, little ones.
The new bell makes me feel like it's gonna lead me to the path of a monster shot. Don't worry about it. Definitely nothing sus there, Mecha. I want to see Natasha's. If Natasha has a little crewman, I want to see it.
Graha's theory was correct then.
Gwaha.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman
I'll show you.
itself
Yay.
shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently.
Hmm.
We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Broken.
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives.
Just follow
The
Mini Bell
13th
Mecha.
is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void.
Does seem bad.
You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether.
Nah, Mecha, just follow. You're good. You don't need
By the time
weapons.
anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. It was Elidibus, as I recall, who rescued Unakalhai's spirit from his final battlefield. But I wonder if there were others whom the emissary saved from oblivion.
The barmaid at the Wandering Stairs. Albert's companion, the elven swordswoman. Barmaid! I tried sending a file too big. What? Oh no.
The server.
I don't think the file was that big.
Ciela, wasn't it? And you
But it
say
might be
she was
for
another of Elidibus's pawns?
Discord. If you don't have, like, Nitro. Because I know you sent mine in my Discord art channel. But I also have Nitro, so probably how that worked. Yeah.
I see. So Ciela, or rather Silver, was beguiled by the same dreams of heroism as Unakalhai. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
Noah's expedition. Ad break, no!
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
Yeah.
A voyage that shall lead us to other
Zelda
afflictions, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos.
Artificial.
Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives?
Bum bum bum.
Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Yay! Welcome back from Ass Chat. So you had a good Zelda one, Koki? Did you become
We'll see
Zelda?
you back in the city then.
Yeah, I gotta buy the game again? Oh no. Which Zelda was it? Did they remaster another one? Tears of the Kingdom? Oh. Nope, I guess they didn't remaster it then. I only played some of Breath of the Wild. Bum, bum. Once Nadia succeeds in replicating the mock Atomos, the door into the 13th will be ours to open. The ad was so good, I'm going to buy a second. No, Koki! Don't buy 2 copies, you only need the 1. Will you be crossing the threshold along our side? I realize that this is more endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had a good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed to our other preparations then? As we saw, the wandering scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nonetheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time, and I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation, chat? Garland Ironworks, the Elegans. The Ironworks, I think. An excellent suggestion, and as I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scales. Come, let us visit their operation in Rogar's Reach and commission their best and brightest, chat. Why bonk? Why bonk, RPG? I have only been good, Belle. I told Koki not to buy a second copy of a game, even. Oh, this was nice for them to auto-teleport me. Bum 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 bum. Beltane, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually. Assuming he is available. Master Sid? Certainly, I'll see if he has a moment free. Calling Sid. Sup, Sid? Bye, sir. A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Well, here's how it is, sir. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds most pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Materian and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation? Seemed like fun, and I don't know why. I just did my interlocking of my mind. Yeah! I mean, as long as the redeems are fun, that's really what matters. Realistically, that's what matters. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the voice corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds, in which case our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? Yelling chat. We have a coding agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound that might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high etheric conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero just compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with a design to be sure, if only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable, we know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Ha! The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak around doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. You got this, Sid. I believe in you. Tasty water. I think we leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nadia is getting on with the mock Atmos. Sounds like a good plan, chat. I wonder if it'll auto-teleport us. Nope. It said, screw you this time. We gave you one free teleporty. You don't get a second one. Though the cost was cheaper than I was expecting it to be fair, as well. Boom!
Ah, hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
Yeah, super adjusted.
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's
Good.
wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records.
Oh.
What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial Atomos.
That's a lot of
I then
research.
visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
Yeah.
The
Kind of badass.
alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
Potentially.
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
Poor guy.
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
Dun dun dun.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Sup, bro?
What is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people.
Bam, bam, bam.
Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Bum bum bum.
You are wearing that face, after all.
Hydrate, thanks.
As
Thanks,
I have told
Goosey.
you before, you are a little brother to us all.
And stretch. How dare. Alright.
And if you are family, then so too
Health.
is your sister.
No health. Only game and stay up.
We are there for you.
Thank you for the health check.
But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Rescue.
We will succeed in opening the way.
Yeah.
It is only a matter of time.
We will succeed,
All
chat.
you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Bum, bum.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Good job, Estinian. You did a solid, chat. Yeah.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzadhan.
Ashtaya.
My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Yeah, good job.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed.
His
should you
face
come
seems
to
to be missing a lot of polygons, chat. I'll let you know that. It's a little weird.
I would not dare make you cry.
The little jank. I don't know why that is, though. You surprised me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitor reach his conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. Oh no, he's become Tau, chat. Shit. Put him down. Put down Estinian. I mean, what? The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the place reeked of some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Radasor's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vitra that pain, then I will follow you. An unusual crew we have here. Any other former signs we should call on? Just the four of us. I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should suffice. Now, on to the specifics, chat. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each foray. Just be more convenient had we some manner of base camp near the gate itself. One of the palace chambers could serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Magadapatapatata. Magadapatapatapatapa. Not me just completely giving up on some of their fancy names. Is what it is, chat. Quest complete. Quest complete. Quest complete. A lot of story tonight. Which is good. And so we will require substantial accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. Free rooms in the palace, chat. As you heard, we'll have you settle in Magadata in due time. As ever, you're most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Azadiah. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chance of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to take the attempt. Make the attempt, chat. It's good for you. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nada. If you've preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass time. Before we depart on our journey, you know what that means to me, Pandanndy, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in that experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Gotta move, chat. Gotta keep going. Ooh, materia. Direct hit, crit, or determination. I'll take determination. Determined! Meanwhile, in the 13th, one of these situations. Question is, after all these years, is dragon good, dragon evil, chat? Or is dragon fine? Or is dragon captured? Oh no. It's a Scythe boy. Now that looks like what's his nuts. Yeah, it is, isn't it? God, what's his name?
And thus I am returned. to be swallowed, bereft of service.
What is that? I feel like it's... What's his name? What's his nuts? God, I can't remember his name. He's such a pain in the ass throughout, like, several expansions now. Newfound adventure completed. Ah, excellent time, Pandanndy. Just a moment ago, I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with the reinforced warding scale. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating an artificial atmos. All this is in readiness for our journey into the void. I have instructed our comrades to gather at the great work. Let us go. Let us go, chat. And by that I mean, let us end stream because it's late and I have work tomorrow. But you know, we got a good ways in. Pretty happy with it overall. Sleepy time. That's exactly right, Anarchy. Also, welcome in, Anarchy. Good night, gamer. Good night, Koki. We will just exit game here because it'll be easier if we play again next Wednesday. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. What do you think, chat? Will we play again next Wednesday? I don't know how... We have several quests left. There we go. Got our music back up and running again. But thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you for the donations. We hit another dono goal, obviously. We have showed off our little Lethal Company bell. Yeah, I like that cheer. Thanks for the head pass, Victory. Welcome in, by the way. I was lurking your stream. Who should we raid today? Who should we raid, chat? Maybe I'll raid Hino. Or Hanny. Well, you know, it just makes sense that we raid Hino. Because we were playing Final Fantasy, she's playing Final Fantasy. Looks like she's doing a raid. Probably a Savage raid. Papa, oh my gosh, hi. Yeah, Anaki's here. Thanks for the head pats. Thanks for the head pass, war. It's also been a while. It's been a while, chat. Since we raided the Hino. So let's do some raid messages. Alright. Little raid message. Hey, Izzy's here. Hazzy showed up for the end of stream. Hi, Hazzy. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Fuck, I'm late. Yeah, just a little bit. It's fine. I thank you for stopping by anyways. I hope you're having a good night. We're gonna raid the Hino of the Chino. Cat Girl. Final Fantasy Cat Girl. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you Wednesday for something. And, yeah. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something. It'll be good. Thanks for stream bell. Thanks for coming, Natasha. Thanks for the hydrates. Sadly, I didn't get to see Natasha's Lethal Company, but one day I will. Until then, good night, chat. Enjoy the credits. Keck. Quack. Quack! But anyways. Sleep well. Rest well. You're all awesome. Goodbye. Good night. Yum, 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 yum. I don't know what that was. Quack!